Hi everyone, Mr. Sergio here. Well, as I told you before, we're going to do some coding, some math coding, okay? I assume that you can see my screen now. This is the difference between back end and front end, okay? Back end. When we talk about back end, we talk about the logic, the code, okay? What you cannot see when you're using an app or a game or a website. The front end is what you see, is the buttons, the colors, the logos, all the cute stuff. This is the brains, what makes this work, right? So imagine you go to a puppet show. You will not be making the puppets. You will be moving the puppets. You'll be controlling the strings, if that makes any sense. It's not a great analogy, but I think you get it. Now, to build code, we need a coding language, okay? So that's the first thing we have to install, okay? So, quick disclaimer. Before you install anything, ask your parents, okay? You can tell them that I say that this is safe to install, and it is, okay? We're going to install a couple of things. They are safe. However, if your parents don't want that because they don't know what it is, then you have to respect what they say, okay? So even if you're using your personal laptop, which is yours, it's not really yours because you have not paid for it. So please ask them. So yeah, I've done my part. Now you need to be a good kid and ask them. Alright, let's jump into it. You type Python on Google. No, just Python. Sorry. And then you go to python.org. And this is the latest version of the language, okay? And that's it. Just click here. You will get an executable file that will look like this. And then you can install it like any other program, okay? And then after installing Python, your computer is ready to use it. Your computer has it. Your computer can speak that language. Now, where to type? There's so many options. You could type on a Word document if you wanted to, but it's more appealing to find a suitable coding environment. There's so many. The one that I will be using is called Jupyter Notebook, okay? And it looks, see? It looks like this. Let me create a new notebook. By the way, this is back-end code, okay? All of this logic, all of these numbers and stuff. It's going to be very math-oriented. So we're not going to be creating games and stuff yet. Maybe in the future. So if I create a new notebook, you will see what it looks like. That's it. Python, yes. This is a cell. The reason why I'll be using Jupyter Notebook is because I want to break down the problems step by step. So Jupyter Notebook has cells, and these cells can hold individual chunks of code. My first program will just say hello. And that's what it does. It says hello. That's the output. Okay? And I'm going to call it hello. Cool. So, how do you get Jupyter Notebook? Well, I recommend installing a whole pack called Anaconda Navigator. Here you will see many apps. You might want to use PyCharm. It's very good for Python or any other. Jupyter Notebook is here. How do you install Anaconda Navigator? Well, same thing, Anaconda Navigator. And all you have to do is come here, download Anaconda, and that will be it. It's free and it's safe. However, you know what you have to do before you install it, okay? You will get another executable file. Skip registration, you don't have to register. Then download for Windows or Mac or Linux or whatever you use. Download executable file, execute it, install it, and then you have this, okay? Here you can launch your notebook, and then it will look like this. Okay, cool. What if your parents say, no, sorry, I don't know what that is, I don't want you to install that thing. They let you install Python, but not Anaconda Navigator. Well, then you can just go to Google and type Python Online Interpreter. And here you can just type code without having to install anything, okay? You can just create a little program that says hello, and you can save it to your computer. You can have a folder where you put all of your code, okay? It will be a Python file. And then if I run this program, it will work. My terminal is down here, okay? The thing is that there's no cells. All your code will be either on the same cell, or you have to create different modules, which is kind of annoying. So again, I prefer Notebook. Okay, cool. What else? What if you want to use, because I know that some of you know what Visual Code Studio is, Visual Studio Code. It's another environment. You create a file, you call it, like already created, hello.py. It's a Python file, and it does exactly the same thing, right? It prints hello. You run it, and it says hello. And then you run it again, and it says hello again. So you can choose whichever you like the most. This one comes with a lot of extensions, okay? I got my Python extensions installed. There's debuggers, there's a predictive test for coding, which can be really helpful as well. So it's up to you. Do some research, make your choice. I'll be using Notebook, okay? That's it. That's it from me for now. I'll try to make another video teaching you some basic data types. And you will get that next, okay? And then maybe next week we can create our first little program about the topics that we are learning in class, okay? That's it. I hope you're having a good weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.